What's going on, guys? It's Mac here from Cryptstar Staking, and in today's video we'll be talking about Interlock. Today's video is about Interlock. It's not just your normal hype video. We are going to be taking a deep dive into the technicals, into the white paper, into the tokenomics, all these things that you don't see on X, that you don't see posted on YouTube, everything. All for me, because I've heard some of these things from the team, but I really want to take a deeper dive, a deeper analytical dive myself into this and share my information that I've gotten with you guys. So you guys can make an informed investment decision and decide if you want to use Interlock in your web browser to protect you from Web 3.0 or Web 2.0 cyber attacks. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. But before we do, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe button below. It really helps me spread the word about the Interlock as well as ThreatSlayer and other cybersecurity essential information that you guys should know and everybody else should know in order to protect their favorite cryptocurrencies from being targeted and their favorite friends from being targeted by these cyber criminals. So let's go ahead and jump right in, guys. So like I said, there's a lot of these infographics kind of stating the same thing: the mission, meet the team, the products, the browsers, the tokenomics, investors, blah, 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 blah. And again, there's another one, pretty much all the same stuff here. But I really want to dive deeper into sort of the fundamentals of ThreatSlayer and Interlock. So let's go ahead and do it. First, we're going to cover the tokenomics, and there's actually a reason I'm doing this, because I want to show you guys the business potential for Interlock and why the team has to be focused on actually making a business use case for Interlock, and it's not just a hype, pump and dump scheme. First, we're going to be talking about the token supply, which is 1 billion here. The TGE target date, which is this year, 2024. The public supply is 4%. Public sale FTV is $50 million. Initial market cap is $788,000. So pre-sale 1 was 7.74% of the supply, pre-sale 2, 4.17. So the third part is KOL, the key opinion leaders of the market. That is 4.29%. These are like influencers, etc., partnerships, things like that. Then the community sale, which is 0.37%. Investment subtotal is 16.57%. The launch pad is 4%. And the total of all that is 20%. Now, if you look down here, the total token distribution scheme, this is really important to sort of pay attention to. The community sale, 0.4% at around 4 million tokens. So a very small amount for the community sale. Pre-sale 1 was 77 million. Pre-sale 2 was 40 million. KOL round pre-sale was 4.3% or 42 million. Launchpad SEX 4% or 40 million. Core team is 20% or 200 million. So this is kind of a big red flag to some people when you see the core team is 20%, but if you look at the actual percentages of everything else, it's actually flip-flop with normal crypto. So this is actually reminds me more of a company doing an IPO, because the team is basically saying, hey, we need to make business partners and a use case for the ThreatSlayer, for the iLock token, otherwise we won't get paid. So they need to make sure that they make this token successful. They need to make sure the tokenomics are working. Now, the community only has about 20% of the supply in the sales, and that's including like partnerships and all these KOLs and everything. So the community actually can't really get dumped on in this case. Basically, you use ThreatSlayer, you get some of this ThreatSlayer rewards, which is 300 million or 30%, which is quite high. And then the team owns 20%. This is actually the largest percentage of the token distribution is these ThreatSlayer rewards. So the team not only needs to work to make sure the value goes up, but it needs to go up enough to counteract the rewards being sold as well. So I think that's something a lot of people don't really look at, and we're going to dive deeper into the sort of business use case for ThreatSlayer later in the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Now, after that, we have the Outlier Ventures, 4% or 40 million. Advisors, 2.5%. Not going to read all that. ThreatSlayer Rewards, 30%. Foundation, 18.2%. Strategic Partners, 2.2%. Liquidity, 2.5%. And the total is 100%. Token vesting schedules, community sale, 6. Initial cliff, 1. Monthly, 600,000. Pre-sale, 1. Okay, I'm not going to talk about all this. The main thing you guys need to know here is that the core team does have a 36-month vesting schedule, and the Outlier Ventures and Advisors, they all have over 2-year vesting schedule. And this is from the TGE event, which is later this year, it looks like. So you can see down here, the core team is also subject to a 12-month holding period. That means within the first, 12 months of the token being launched, the TGE, token generation event, the team actually has to hold on to their tokens for that first 12 months. And then after that, they can sell. So they have to have a viable product, they have to have a working business solution, and that means the price will have to go up a little bit in order for them to actually make any profit from this venture. So really important things to consider when investing in a crypto project is the tokenomics. And I think that this is the tokenomics are really good. I think it's a bit different than the normal tokenomics from other blockchains because this is a completely different kind of project. This is a cybersecurity project. It's not a blockchain project, or it's not a blockchain itself. It's a project being built on a blockchain. The tokenomics really have to match the use case as well. So now let's go ahead and look at the sort of business potential of this project. So in the white paper, this explains pretty much everything you need to know about the business potential Interlock has. So let's go ahead and read the introduction here. I basically highlighted all the key points that I thought were really important we need to talk about in this video. So basically, there's a lot of security issues, cybersecurity attacks in the world. Traditional security providers have failed to address these cybersecurity issues and these social engineering attacks, and this causes substantial financial harm to everyday internet users. Despite companies spending billions of dollars on security, which is about $8.7 billion for consumers and $88.7 billion for enterprises. I mean, our company as well, we spent quite a bit of money on cybersecurity, and I don't know how much it got us. The customer service was pretty bad, actually. Web 2-based solutions remain siloed and ineffective, and they'll talk about this later in the video. They're very siloed, and the customer service is usually pretty crap. So Interlock is a blockchain-based security product for individuals and enterprises, and enables this necessary Web 3.0 collaboration. By leveraging blockchain technology and artificial intelligence, AI, we harness the power of the crowd to share essential threat intelligence data between consumers and enterprises, and this results in a safer internet for everybody. This is not just Web 2.0 or Web 3.0. Web 2.0 users can also use this to protect themselves from phishing attacks, and they can earn iLock, which gets them into Web 3, right? Which gets them those blockchain rewards. Now, their flagship product is ThreatSlayer, and it's free, and it's an enterprise-grade security extension that will protect the users from browser-based attacks like phishing and social engineering. And the users can elect to share this data with Interlock, and then they can earn rewards in iLock. According to the Chain Analysis 2023 crime report, since 2017, there has been over $37 billion worth of assets lost in crypto cybersecurity scams. That's pretty crazy. $16 billion has been collected over the past 2 years alone. So just in 2024, 2023, and maybe the second half of 2022, has been over $16 billion. The average yearly revenue lost due to crypto theft over the last 6 years stands at a staggering $6 billion. So revenue loss, for example, a exchange has been hacked, or a liquidity pool has been, drained, something like that. Something that's never happened on Aleph Zero, but it could happen on Aleph Zero, and it could also happen to users who are trying to interact with some dApps or something like that within some sort of blockchain ecosystem. They click on a link, instead of typing in common.fi or whatever it is, whatever the URL is, they type in, they miss an O, and then they go to a phishing website or a fake website, a fake common that basically has all the same assets, and then they click and they approve a transaction, and then that drains their account. And this happens a lot, especially on Ethereum, because it just gives you a hash, doesn't tell you what the transaction is doing, so you just sign it and boom, your wallet is completely drained. So this trend highlights the urgent need for enhanced security measures to tackle the growing threat of scams as more people enter the cybersecurity market. However, it's not just scams. Cyber criminals also utilize malware, phishing, and other malicious tactics. So not only scams and not only phishing, but they also have all sorts of tactics that they use to target crypto users. Single click potentially leading to draining of their entire wallet and loss of digital assets. So phishing, on the other hand, it does account for 16% of these kind of incidents, and a lot of these breaches from phishing has cost over $5 million. So with the switch to Web 3.0 and the users handling their funds, there must be more awareness on how to stay safe. So with Web 3.0, pretty much all you're using to interact with the blockchain is your own wallet. So nobody is actually looking out for you. You have to completely look out for yourself. So that's why ThreatSlayer is coming in to go ahead and use the community and all the knowledge and the acquired knowledge of the community, kind of organize it using their AI model, and then using the staking model for users to go ahead and say, oh wait, this isn't actually a phishing site, this is a safe site, and you could stake on that site to make so that people know, hey, this isn't a phishing site. This forces hackers to actually buy Interlock to say that their website is safe. So it's kind of an interesting model, and I think Aleph Zero can basically, they'll be able to put all of these Interlock tokens they got from their investment or whatever, or other blockchain companies who invested in ThreatSlayer, they can basically take their tokens and stake it on all of their dApps, and then everyone will know that their dApps are safe. So it's really going to protect all of the ecosystem dApps in any sort of blockchain ecosystem that is investing or is interacting with ThreatSlayer. So when it comes to security problems facing Web 2.0 and 3.0 users, the most prevalent uses center around social engineering. Social engineering is the act of tricking someone into giving up valuable information, and in the online world, this means convincing users to click on a link, reset a password, or contract for an airdrop before time runs out. I'm sure if you've been in Web 3.0 for any time at all, you've probably received these sort of phishing emails, and it looks like they're from legit sources like Coinbase or Binance or MetaMask or whatever. And honestly, MetaMask would never send you an email, but some people still click on the links and they get their wallet drained, and it's a really scary world out there. So a lot of times they also give you these login credentials as well as sending funds, which if you send funds, that's kind of on you. But if you're clicking on something and you think you're just, renewing your wallet or something like that, and you have no idea how these Web 3.0 wallets work, then that's kind of sad. And that's why ThreatSlayer is here to protect you from that. A lot of times there's also no recourse for losing your funds. So just so you guys know, when you guys click on these links and then you sign that transaction, there's no way to get your funds back. There is no police department, there is no government that is going to be able to get these funds back for you. Your funds are lost. The best you can hope to happen is for the blockchain that those funds are on to lock down those funds, and then that kind of removes the whole reason we've gotten a blockchain to begin with, which is decentralization and having more control of your own funds. If the blockchain is able to freeze or retract transactions, that pretty much ruins the whole point, right? Browser is the new OS. Browsers have increasingly become the new operating system due to the rapid growth of web-based applications and cloud services. This shift has been fueled by the widespread adoption of software as a service and the increasing reliance on the internet for both professional and personal tasks. As the browser takes the center stage as the new OS, it is essential to recognize the sheer number of people relying on browsers for various activities. So according to Stanza, there are over 5 billion internet users worldwide as of 2023. This massive user base makes the browser a prime target for cyber criminals seeking to exploit vulnerabilities and steal valuable information. Companies are not immune to the risks associated with growing prominence of browsers as the new operating systems. Employees often rely on browsers for a variety of work-related tasks, such as cloud services, etc., etc. So because they use the browsers so often, it makes the organizations even more susceptible to cyber threats that can compromise sensitive data and disrupt the business operations. And by prioritizing the browser security, individuals and companies can protect their valuable assets and ensure a safer online environment for their employees. Basically, this ThreatSlayer is not at all just for Web 3.0 users. This is actually meant to target Web 2.0 companies who want to protect their users' data as well. And this will actually onboard a lot of Web 2.0 companies who want to make sure that their browser, their website actually isn't shown as a scam by ThreatSlayer. So they're going to have to stake the tokens, and they're going to have to team up with Interlock to make sure that their website isn't actually flagged as a scam. The problem with the threat intelligence being siloed is a major industry problem that has significant consequences for security in the Web 3.0 ecosystem. Now, just so you guys know, cybersecurity salaries are through the roof. And do you want to know why? Because a lot of this information, this threat intelligence, is actually siloed, and companies are able to keep all this data inside of their companies and not share it and make it proprietary. And that's why the cybersecurity analysts and everything, they make so much damn money. And I'm actually learning cybersecurity right now. I'm about to enter SANS Institute, and it is what it is. You have to join the winner's crowd, right? But at the same time, this new sort of community-driven platform is a really great way to bring the blockchain experience to new heights. And I think that this sort of siloing of cybersecurity data is not very good in the long term for the advancement of society in general. Using blockchain powered by Web3 communities, there's an opportunity to gather communities of individuals who are willing to collaborate and share their threat intelligence data. By incentivizing this collaboration, it is possible to create a much more robust and diverse data set that is more effective in addressing the unique security challenges of the decentralized Web 3.0 world. And due to the lack of incentives and mechanisms for collaboration in the Web 2.0 world, makes it so that the data is basically siloed, right? So now that we have the emergence of blockchain technology, it's possible to create a system where individuals are rewarded for their contribution to the security of the networks. Very, very good points. AI threat detection, an incentivized community equals better security. So we covered most of this previously, but basically this talks about iLock, and iLock, you can get iLock by, getting the threat scanning and then sending that data back to the Interlock company, and then they use their AI to kind of scan the URL and see if it's possible phishing scam or not, or some sort of scam, and then you get rewarded in iLock tokens. From there, you go ahead and you can stake those tokens onto your favorite websites that might have been actually new websites that are identified as scams by Interlock, the AI, and then by staking those tokens, you say, hey, this website is definitely not a scam. It's a very safe website. Do not worry, you can visit this website. And Interlock will see those staked tokens. If the higher the stake, the less likelihood of it being a scam, and there'll be some sort of, I'm guessing, like a percentage that says, hey, this might be a scam, but people have staked and said that it's not a scam, so DYOR, but we're gonna go ahead and whitelist this for now. And then this is just me guessing because they haven't actually come out with the exact model of how they're going to do this, but this is a good example, I think, of what could be possible in the future. So the ecosystem, Interlock ecosystem for consumers and for enterprises. So how it works. The ThreatSlayer extension, users get instant protection from browser-based threats like phishing sites. Users can earn iLock tokens for passively sharing anonymized security data. Then users earn iLock tokens from training threat detection AI and staking tokens on pages we misclassify, like I just mentioned. Interlock sells the crowdsourced threat intel to large companies. So larger companies are able to utilize this threat intel, and for example, saying they have some sort of IP they have to protect, or for some reason they don't want to use Interlock, or they want a more enterprise version of Interlock, they can pay Interlock for this data that we are collecting as a community. So in the future, there's actually going to be other different products that are given out by Interlock. So at first, there's going to just be ThreatSlayer, which is the free enterprise-grade security extension that protects against browser-based threats and will reward users with iLock for sharing anonymized data. And you can think about this as like a sort of a browse to earn sort of concept. And we'll go ahead and skip down here. This is kind of a bit of repetitive information, but just know that they're adding more and more different browsers to the compatibility for ThreatSlayer. So pretty soon there'll be a lot more browsers here. Right now it's Chrome, Brave, Opera, and Edge browsers, but there'll be more in the future. Now, enterprise products. They have NetKeeper here. So this is the B2B solution, NetKeeper, the enterprise version of ThreatSlayer, which includes advanced reporting, analytics, and features to enhance customer contract value and attract new clients for our browser security platform. The product targets a 14 per year browser defense market. This is targeting actual companies, and this is where the sort of team, they get 20% of the Interlock, right? This is the value that they need to add to the Interlock ecosystem in order to make sure that those tokens actually have value when it unlocks for them. So I think this is a really important thing to note when you look at the sort of token distribution. When we went through tokenomics at the beginning of the video, these three different dApps or apps that they're planning to launch for the B2B market are really important for increasing the value of iLock in the future. So the next one is the threat intelligence platform, introducing Interlock Labs, a solution that leverages anonymized security data from ThreatSlayer users to help enterprise and this is So the next topic is the next solution is the threat intelligence platform. Introducing Interlock Labs, a solution that leverages anonymized security data from ThreatSlayer users to help enterprises improve their cybersecurity posture. This offering addresses the $10 billion per year threat intelligence market and facilitates the licensing of the Interlock Threat Intel solution to Fortune 500 customers that are transitioning from a centralized to decentralized security. Think of crowdsourcing cybersecurity for Web 3.0 with compensation. So there's a lot of different companies out there that provide cybersecurity solutions. You got FortiGate, Fortinet, you got Sentinel One, and then you got a whole bunch of other ones. And this is basically going to replace that, especially for the browser-based world. And a lot of companies, for example, if you're using Google Teams, Docs, Microsoft products, Google, whatever, you can basically do all that in the browser. And by having an extension, an enterprise extension that you push to all the users in your company, you can protect them all from phishing attacks, from spam, or not from spam, from phishing attacks, from scams. Now, the next platform is Autocrat, which is the AI detection in API format, which automatically scans links and flags dangerous ones. Autocrat users will use tokens as a gas fee for URL scanning. A portion of the revenue generated from the enterprise offerings will be used for token buybacks, while the shared data from both consumer and enterprises, consumer users and enterprises will create a collaborative environment for enhanced security. This collaboration will result in safer products for everyone involved. Token. iLock is a utility token launched on the Aleph Zero and Arbitrum. iLock is a utility token launched on Aleph Zero and Arbitrum. Tokenomics. We plan to emit 1 billion tokens over 84 months. You can view our token supply, distribution, and vesting schedule here. I think this is all really important information, but I want to go ahead and skip right to the bottom part here. Enterprise customers. A portion of enterprise revenue will be used for token buybacks. Enterprises can stake tokens for product discounts. For example, if you're an enterprise user, say Google, Microsoft, or some sort of, well, I guess you could say SpaceX or something like that. You can buy the Interlock token, you can stake it, then you get a 20% discount on the enterprise apps that ThreatSlayer is planning to offer in the future. The Interlock roadmap, they really broke this down into a nice format here for you guys. You understand that the phase 1 will be protect consumers and, of course, get all the community-driven data and analyze it all with AI. And then from there, in order to increase the value, of course, of iLock, is to protect enterprises. So they're definitely providing value on both of these, but I'm just putting it in the sort of investor light so you guys can know, like, is iLock an actual good investment or not. So the phase 2 is to protect the enterprises. In the second phase, we'll focus on monetizing the crowdsourced threat intel from ThreatSlayer users. This phase is designed to capitalize on the increased value of data and security provided by our growing community. Our enterprise-focused product suite will consist of 3 core offerings, and we just covered that, but Netkeeper, Interlock Labs, and Autocrat. If you guys want to see the roadmap, you guys can go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link to the white paper here, but there's been a lot of information on that already, and it's quite easy just to kind of read through it yourself here. But you can see here in 2024, this is supposed to launch. I think that this might be pushed back a little bit further, just because I'm looking at sort of I'm guessing they're going to have like an updated roadmap with actually more fine details on when the releases are coming. And the team, you guys can read about the team. I'm not going to go into that because there's plenty of articles on that. Last of all, I want to go ahead and show you guys the ThreatSlayer plugin, walk you guys through all the tidbits and show you how it works. And then I might even share my referral code. Wink, wink. Just kidding. But yeah, I'll show you guys where the referral code is if you want to refer your friends. That's actually another really good way to earn iLock as well. So let's go ahead and head over to the plugin itself. The plugin, it looks like this little sword once you have it installed on Chrome, Brave, Opera, or any other sort of Chromium-based browser is fine as well. Hopefully Safari is coming soon. Fingers crossed, a lot of plugins have been coming to Safari recently. And so we have the iLock earned. As of right now, this feature isn't activated. So just so you guys know, once that's activated, you'll start earning iLock by scanning the malicious URLs. Then you have your notifications up here. And even up here, it talks about your referrals, maximizing your airdrop. So it's really good to refer your friends From there, you see your dashboard. You can actually see, this might confuse some people because it shows you for the unique URLs for today. It's kind of small, but if you go ahead and go up to all time, it'll show you your all time URL scanned. And then here, your URLs scanned all time. So this is unique URLs is here, and this is your URL scanned. This is malicious sites detected. And for me, you know, I don't go to any dirty websites.
No chance.
So I haven't found any malicious websites yet. And actually, it did pop up, and I did get some malicious websites before, and I'm not sure why it's showing 0 here, but it actually has found a few. And I think it was because it was like a local host website. It was like a local server I was running, and it scanned it as a malicious URL, but it was actually just a server I was running in my house. So then you have the slay count here. And this is actually the same if you go all time. If you choose all time, it shows you the same here. Same on this page. And you can actually download this information, or you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, or X. Then here you have your wallet, and you can actually change your wallet address if you want to, and you can only replace the wallet once a day, apparently. So I don't really think you need to replace your wallet, but if your wallet is compromised, then you can actually get a new wallet, it looks like. But as of right now, it doesn't matter because iLock hasn't launched. Here is that referral code, and I'll leave my referral code, of course, in the description to the video below if you guys want to use it. Wink, wink. Anyways, down here you have the FAQ. How does ThreatSlayer work? How does ThreatSlayer reward me with iLock? What data does ThreatSlayer collect? And is ThreatSlayer open source? So it has all the information you need to know. If you need to know any more information, of course, you can always head over to the ThreatSlayer whitepaper and read through it again. And I'm sure there's going to be updates as the other products get updated. Then ThreatSlayer will also have a few updates in the future. Anyways, that is it for the video today. I really wanted to just focus on showing you guys how the value of iLock is going to be in the future, how it's going to grow in value, and how the team is actually put in a position to focus on providing value to the iLock token. And I think they really made a great model to go ahead and both contribute to the community and contribute to enterprises and still make a great product that is profitable and will survive in both the Web 2.0 world and the Web 3.0 world. Let me know what you guys think about ThreatSlayer Interlock. I'm really excited to see the future of this project, and yeah, I'm using it every day to scan those URLs. It's already protected me from a few phishing or scam websites, and I'm really appreciative to the great job that the team. Hope this helped you guys out, and again, I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend, guys. Peace out.